hello, hello. It's Poet. And we've got to make it fast today because, well, I got a lot of things to do and not a lot of time to do them. So, basically, we're going to make an episode and I don't know how long it's going to be, but hopefully we get past the 15-minute mark. And I always regret saying things like that because usually when I do say things like that, it's 30-40 minute mark that I reach, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. The one thing that I want to talk about in this episode, first and foremost, above and beyond anything else, is some exciting news. Hey, Esmeralda, you're getting pretty big. Some exciting news about Spinosaurus. Now, this is something that's been bugging me for a long time, and I just gotta tell you guys. It's ever since one of the very first episodes where we were still in the Jurassic. Do you remember those times? Around episode 74? I don't remember the episode. It was somewhere around there. Could have even been in the late 60s episodes. So quite a while ago now that we're edging on 120 soon. But I'm actually going to grab these guys. I want some. I want Nautilus. Gimme. Okay, there's one. Ammonite. Gimme. Thank you. Thank you. Alright. So, basically, during that episode, I saw a Spinosaurus, and I made the comment. Oh, it was a bad comment. I said that the Spinosaurus was 45 feet long. Poet. Typical poet. Has no idea what he's talking about. But, it was a reasonable answer, and let me tell you why. A lot of you guys know, or think you know, that the answer is that Spinosaurus was 60 feet. Poet, the Spinosaurus was 60 feet long. Let me just blow on my bubble pipe here for a moment while I tell you the truth. But you're wrong. You're wrong. Well, you're not entirely wrong, but I like saying that you're wrong. I'm going to actually travel in this direction. I want to get some jungle wood, which we cannot get because I don't have an axe. Normal axe. All the way back. Lets me talk longer, though. But basically, I was corrected. I was corrected about 100 times that no, it was not 45 feet long. It was 60 feet long because Jurassic Park says it, and that therefore must be the truth. But let me tell you, I didn't believe it. And apparently, I'm not the only one who doesn't believe it. I did a bit of research after being bombarded with corrections and learned quite a few things about Spinosaurus, our friend. And this is all gearing up for the Spinosaurus that will be entering the mod soon, so people tell me. And so I gathered up some information, and basically it was inconclusive. And by that I mean nobody seems to know how big Spinosaurus was. The only thing that they've found bone fragments, basically little pieces of bones. Never a complete skeleton. Never a complete skeleton. The most complete skeleton was actually destroyed in World War II. So they're kind of at a loss for how big the Spinosaurus was. But in doing a lot of research on how big the fragments were, and I read 2 research papers on the matter. It was exhaustive work. I'm telling you, I wasted my life on this information for you guys. But that's my job for you. I will do your dirty work, and you guys just sit back and listen. Now, Spinosaurus, the fragments that have been found, they were sized in such a way that some scientists thought, well, because of the way they look, this thing must have been massive. It just must have been huge. And look at the size of the skull. That was the big thing. Look at the size of its head. Because of the way the head was, the huge head, to support it, it must have been massive. But then another guy basically came back and said, well, no, it wasn't that long. It wasn't 60 feet. It was more between 45 and 60 feet. Probably around 50 feet. Because it was stocky and fat. It wasn't long and tall. So there was a huge debate between, I guess, the two factions there. Some saying that the Spinosaurus is very, very tall, 60 feet and over. A gargantuan creature, biggest carnivorous creature to roam the lands, bigger than T-Rex, could just crush a T-Rex in no time. It was like, everybody loves Spinosaurus. I'll just say that. Everybody. It is the most popular dinosaur going right now, I think. Everybody's requested it on the mod, and I don't see that stopping anytime soon until it's actually in the mod. But you know what? I wasn't happy with the fact that nobody knows. So I looked up these research papers and saw that they both research papers were published in the same place. For the, it's actually called like vertebrate paleontology, and basically the study of limbs and bones and things like that to determine size and shape and that kind of thing. These guys do that for a living. This is their whole thing was about that. So I thought, what a perfect opportunity to learn more. And so I sent an email. They actually had a section called, basically like Ask a Paleontologist. And so I emailed a couple of them. Actually, I emailed 4 of them. And one of them got back to me and basically said, no matter who you email, we all answer to the same head paleontologist. I'll say it in layman's terms. But their director. We answer the same person. So I'm going to answer on behalf of all of us. It was a Dr. Barbara Shaw from the University of Colorado, paleontology, and she's a member of this vertebrate paleontology thing. And I asked her, like, okay, what's your opinion on the true size of Spinosaurus? Because everybody wants to know. Poet needs to know. So she got back to me. It was quite amazing that she actually got back to me. I was quite thrilled. I mean, I never expected to see the email back, actually. I don't know why, but it's just something that I didn't expect. And when I got it, it was just, I was ecstatic. So, basically, she got back to me, and her comment was this. She said, both research papers have conflicting views. Like, yeah, tell us something we don't know, Barb. But she said, as paleontologists in the vertebrate field, like, they really have to do guesswork. There are no surefire answers. There are no answers when you don't have a skeleton. You can only guess. So, she made a few comments that I'd like to basically tell you guys. Just to sort of make it a little bit more clear about the size and this and that. She made one good point. She said, number 1, were the females bigger? Huh? Were they? She said, because sometimes females are much bigger. Sometimes the females are the same size. So, do you have the skeleton of a female? Do you have skeleton of a male? Do you have a skeleton of a full-grown adult? Do you have the skeleton of a baby? They really don't know. They just cannot tell. Oops, this is just normal oak wood that I'm chopping down. So they guess. They guess, well, let's guess because why not that it's an adult and that it was this gender just because. You know, it's a lot of just because. There are no answers. How much did we get? stack, and a little bit. And some oak. Good. That's all I really need, I think, for now. Okay, so she was talking about that. Like, you don't know the gender, you don't know the age, you don't know anything. Now go out there with one little leg bone or something and a skull and say how big this thing was. I think she was trying to prove just how hard it is to do such a thing. So I basically was saying, well, why then give any answer, say 45 to 60 feet, if they have absolutely no idea? And her comment was basically, they have to say something. You can't just present your study and say, we don't know. You have to at least take a guess. And so they did. And I wanted to clarify something with her. I said, when I said that the Spinosaurus was 45 feet, was I wrong? Basically, I want to know, am I right, am I wrong in making a claim like that? And she said, you could claim that it was any size. You could claim that it was 60 feet. You could claim that it was 45 feet. She said, you'd be doing wrong. What? I'm wrong? No way. She said, yeah, way. Well, she didn't say it in those words, but you know what I mean. She was basically saying, don't put a fixed number on the size of the Spinosaurus. And it was like oh, you are very wise, Barbara Shaw. And she said, yeah, I'm the wisest in the land. And the idea kind of sits like this. These guys, we know their size. We got lots of skeletons of Triceratops and their related dinosaurs. We know how big a Styracosaurus is and how big Protoceratops was and all those other little guys, because we found their skeletons. We know how big a Velociraptor is. What? Aw, crap. How did that happen? They can't starve. He must have suffocated in the wall. Eh? Eh? No! You're kidding me! They get stuck in the wall, they're moving so fast? See, that's the same thing with the Dilophosaurs. They go so fast that they actually warp right through the walls. Man, now I gotta... Well, I'm going down there to collect their meat, because their meat contains DNA. And I want that DNA. Let me just grab it. But, to put a long story short, it's like I was saying. You can't put a number on the size. So everybody who was saying that it was 60 feet, you're wrong. But I can also say that I am also wrong in saying that it was 45 feet. Because the honest answer is that nobody knows. The trouble I've seen. Nobody knows. So I think we can all agree to disagree that the paleontologist who works for the foundation that made the two studies that said those heights, like, she works. If you've read somewhere that it's 60 feet, if you heard it in a documentary, they got it from basically the place she works for. And she said to me, like, we used all of the available research to come up with our decisions. So I think that she's right. I have a feeling she knows what she is talking about. So I'll agree to disagree with you guys. I think we were all wrong. There is no size. They just don't know. Either way, it was pretty big. And I think we can all say bigger than T-Rex. So that makes me happy. It will be in the mod soon. That also makes me happy. Okay, so I'm going to just put these in there. Yep. Now let's take... Where is it? Yes! Paleoraf! Sapling. I knew I knew it. You guys are genius. You guys are so smart. You knew to put in the cultivator. I didn't know. How should I know? Nobody tells me anything. Leave Poet in the dark. He'll screw up. It's funny to watch. But honestly, yes, now we can plant this. I've been excited. How you doing, Bessie? You good? You gonna eat me today? Yeah? Okay, just try. Alright, so we are gonna plant this where I said we were gonna plant this. Now that it is not the paleoraf fossil. I was expecting, you know what the fossil should be? The fossil should look like, you know, a piece of stone with like a leaf pattern in it or something. You know, it shouldn't look like an actual thingy. What the heck was that noise? Did I leave Skype on again? Ah, crap. Someone's sending something to me on Skype. Just wait. You're going to hear it fail and then be confused again. Okay. So that's how that works. That's how that looks. Little tiny palm tree type of thing. Very cute. I hope it's not too tall. Although if it is, it wouldn't look too bad either. Let's see. Do I have any bones on me? Can I make... Oh, look at that. Sometimes I'm smart. Very, very seldom. Okay, but we can do this maybe. Bone meal, does it work on these things? Yes, it does. Look at that. Oh, I love it. I love that. Oh, that is so cool. Best looking tree in the game. I think everybody agrees. That is so awesome. That, oh, the best. What does this cow think he's a plesiosaur? I guess. I've seen stranger things. Oh, it just, that palm tree there just makes everything look better. It looks good from, no matter where you look at it. It's beautiful. Oh, yeah. Just beautiful. I'm going to look at the palm tree from the top of the hotel here. And I know a lot of people were saying, put a restaurant on top. I think that's a cool idea. I know that there was that like visitor center type of thing in Jurassic Park. A lot of people have been wanting me to do that. Oh, that looks so cool. Man, how can you get better than that? Our park is looking beautiful. If I get a few more of those going, yeah, I cannot wait. I'm gonna, maybe I should break that one down, see if it drops any saplings. Oh, could you imagine if I broke it down and it doesn't drop a sapling? Because there aren't very many leaves. And for all I know, maybe it doesn't drop saplings. I could be very, very wrong. And I don't want to risk that. So, I'm just going to leave it for now. Maybe if I find another fossil, which I definitely haven't found. But if I did, maybe I'd break that one down, see what happens. Just to see. But I really like that. Now that I have that, I'd almost want to like go here, replace this. Replace that. Replace every single tree that I have. Just have palm trees everywhere. Make a palm tree forest. It would look great. I just know it would. What is this here? What is he doing? Oh no, you've got to be kidding me. Hey, Mr. Mocking Cow. Hey, that's a little bit too close, buddy boy. Look at this guy. He wants to eat you so bad. Yeah, you go back to business. But yeah, there we go. Basically, I wanted to make that beautiful tree. Oh, look at that with the sun in the background. Oh, just beautiful. I think we will see you all next time. You have a big nose. Yep. Bye-bye.